Take a look at this sheep. Notice anything unusual? That's right, it has not one, not two, but 4 horns. But why do some sheep have multiple horns while others don't? This 4-horned wonder, the Jacob sheep, even gets a mention in ancient texts like the Bible, adding to its air of mystery. But what if I told you that there's a lot more to these horns than just history and myth? Behind these extra horns lies a story of evolution, survival, and human influence. Join me as we explore the fascinating science behind why some sheep developed multiple horns, how their environments shaped them, and why humans kept this trait alive for generations. So why do some sheep have 4 horns? It all starts with a genetic mutation. These sheep carry a rare gene known as the polycerate gene, which specifically influences horn development. In most sheep, the genetic instructions only allow for 1 pair of horns. But in breeds with this mutation, the gene disrupts normal horn growth, allowing for additional pairs to form. This condition, called polycerate, can vary in expression, sometimes leading to as many as 4 fully developed horns. Though rare, the gene has been passed down through generations, especially in isolated breeds like the Jacob sheep, Navajo-Churro sheep, Manx Loaghtan, and Hebridean sheep, where natural selection and human breeding have helped preserve this unique trait. But having multiple horns wasn't just a random fluke. Could these extra horns have been useful? Absolutely. In the wild, horns often serve as tools for survival. Whether it's for defense against predators or for establishing dominance in the herd, horns play a big role in an animal's ability to thrive. So, for some sheep breeds, having 4 horns could have given them an edge. Think of it like this: just like antelope or goats use their horns for protection and fighting for territory, these sheep might have relied on their extra horns to survive in harsh environments. But what exactly made these sheep develop extra horns? And how did their surroundings play a role? Let's take a closer look. Could the environment have played a role in shaping these unique sheep? Absolutely. The landscapes these sheep called home had a huge impact on their evolution. Take the Manx Loaghtan, for example. This breed comes from the Isle of Man, a place known for its rugged, rocky terrain. Navigating these tough landscapes required strength and stability, and perhaps having multiple horns helped with that. In harsh conditions, traits like extra horns might have been more than just a quirk. They could have been a matter of survival. Now, picture a predator sneaking up on a flock of sheep. Those extra horns could give the sheep a better chance of defending themselves or showing off dominance within the group. In environments with more predators or competition, having an extra pair of horns might have made all the difference. On the other hand, the Navajo-Churro sheep, raised in the arid deserts of the American Southwest, also developed multiple horns. Could it be that in such a tough environment, the sheep needed every advantage they could get, whether for defense, resource competition, or even attracting mates? It makes you wonder, were these horns a response to the challenges of their environment, helping them adapt to survive in some of the most rugged places on Earth? While the environment may have shaped these sheep in the wild, humans played a key role in keeping the 4-horn trait alive. For centuries, farmers have selectively bred sheep, choosing the ones with the most desirable traits to breed the next generation. Think about it. If you were a farmer and you had a sheep with 4 impressive horns, you might decide to keep that trait going. Why? Maybe those horns made the sheep look more powerful, or maybe they even provided some practical advantage, like protection. Either way, people started selectively breeding sheep for their horns. In the case of the Navajo-Churro sheep, Native American communities prized their hardiness, wool, And of course, their unique horns. Farmers would choose sheep with the strongest features to ensure their flocks thrived in tough conditions. And over time, some of these traits became valued for more than just survival. The four-horned look became a symbol of status and uniqueness. People wanted these sheep not just for their wool or meat, but for their striking appearance. It makes you wonder, did humans keep this trait going purely for practical reasons, or was it also because these sheep stood out? Either way, the influence of selective breeding is undeniable. These four-horned sheep didn't just stand out for their looks. Over time, they gained a special place in human culture and myth. In fact, some ancient societies believed these sheep were more than just animals. They saw them as symbols of power and even magic. The Jacob sheep, for example, is said to be the same breed mentioned in the Bible, linked to the story of Jacob's flock. This connection gave the sheep an almost mystical status in some cultures. Having multiple horns made them stand out, and that uniqueness was often associated with special powers or divine favor. In other cultures, like the Celts and Vikings, animals with multiple horns were often seen as sacred or mystical. They believed these sheep symbolized strength, fertility, and protection, and they were sometimes used in rituals or as offerings to the gods. Even in more recent history, the Navajo-Churro sheep held spiritual significance for the Navajo people. They were more than livestock. They were woven into the fabric of their culture, their ceremonies, and their identity. Whether for their striking looks or their symbolic meanings, these sheep have left a mark on human history. But how much of this mystical status was based on the sheep's actual traits, and how much was the result of human imagination? So, what have we learned from these remarkable four-horned sheep? Their unique horns aren't just a genetic curiosity. They tell a story of evolution where survival in harsh environments may have driven this rare mutation. Whether it was rocky landscapes, predator threats, or even human hands selectively breeding for these traits, the four horns became a lasting symbol of adaptability and survival. But it wasn't just about practicality. Humans have also attached powerful meanings to these sheep, elevating them to cultural icons and symbols of status and strength. If you enjoyed exploring the world of four-horned sheep with us, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more fascinating insights into animal traits and evolution. Have any questions or thoughts about these unique sheep? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.